Well, hello everyone. Today is day 3, March 3rd, and day 3 of the Autoimmune Awareness Month. And so, I've been a little scrambled today. My head's been kind of everywhere. Some days are like this. I know some of it's medication, kind of giving me brain fog, but other days it's just my ramblings in my head. So I went to a friend's house today, and I was helping clean their windows. And they have this unbelievably beautiful early 1950s house, huge rooms. The windows are just gigantic, and the whole crank out windows, and it's just the pocket doors that have the 15 pane glass. It's beautiful. It really is beautiful. I absolutely love their house. But I was cleaning windows and my hands were hurting, but I just kept going because it was just my mind was going everywhere, and it was just good to kind of get into a rhythm. Didn't really have to think about it much. But I kind of started feeling like Mr. Miyagi from Karate Kid, the whole wax on, wax off thing. And so I started thinking about him, and I guess what came to mind was how he was basically teaching him, yes, you can be strong physically, but you also have to be strong mentally. And that's not something I've been. I've not, of course, been physically strong, but I've not been mentally strong either. We kind of talked about the whole depression thing a little bit in an earlier vlog, but I want to talk about a subject that people don't talk about. It's very taboo to talk about it, and you talk about it and people automatically start, oh, you're wrong, you're going to do something. So we're going to talk about suicide. And I don't want you to get me wrong. I'm not suicidal right now. I'm not going to hurt myself. I'm not going to hurt anyone else. But this is just a fact. You get sick, and the doctors are telling you you're going to die, and you can't find the right medication, and what's working for everyone else is not working for you, and you're sitting in these hospitals, and you've got IVs in your arms, and you're sitting there for 5 and 6 hours, and you're being you have this medication going into you that just makes you sick and hurt, and you don't see an end to it. You don't see an improvement sometimes. And you really start to think, if this is how my life is going to be, this isn't the life I want to have. And I went through that. I've actually gone through that quite a few times during this illness. I love my boys. More than anything in the world, I love my boys. But there's not many things that would keep me on this earth. My boys, they're strong, they're big. Brendan, my oldest, he is very emotional. He would not be able to deal with me dying. Not dying in that way. He would have a hard enough time me dying naturally. But for me to die by suicide, it would be very, very hard on him. I don't think he would ever get over that. Justin keeps his feelings inside, and I think that would really be hard for him for a very, very long time. And so I stay kicking. I stay kicking for them. I stay kicking for my best friend, because if I died, she'd kill me. And I say that with every bit of honesty. I stay kicking for my nieces and my nephew, and they're not my nieces and nephew by blood, but they are by heart. I've known every one of them since they were in utero. I don't want to miss their graduations. I don't want to miss their proms. I don't want to miss their first babies. I want to be around for those. My mother was not around for my babies. My own mom died at 48 years old of a heart attack. And if you believe in the whole, line in your hand kind of thing, mine's very short. So, basically prophesies that I'm going to die young. And if that happens, that's okay. I'm really okay with dying. But I would never, ever, ever, ever want them to come in and see me have slit my wrist or taking pills or, a gunshot. That just, oh God, what do people think when they do that? And they leave themselves there to be found by somebody who loves them. That's just insane to me. But there's been plenty of times that I've thought to myself, just going off in the woods and never being seen again. Just dying in nature, that's more my style, I guess, if I had a style. Would be me, but every time I think of that, I think I've got my boys. And I can't do that to them. They wouldn't be orphaned. I've already got the whole plan of where they would go and what would happen and that type of thing. But, I do. You have to think about, in all seriousness of it, you have to think about, my life insurance policy wouldn't pay if I committed suicide. And I'm poor. That's the only way my kids are going to get to college if I die. Anyway, so, that's what a lot of us go through, is that we just start to feel like, is this all there is? The pills, the pain, the exhaustion, people not really understanding, people telling us, oh, well, you need to take a probiotic. I heard that a lot. Take a probiotic. You need to build up your immune system. That's not my case at all. None of that stuff would help me. So I just have to keep kicking, and I still have to keep faith that it has a meaning somewhere along the line. But anyway, that's not something we talk about. We are hush-hush, and no one wants to talk about that, and it's very just, oh my God, if you talk about it, you're mostly there. You just haven't committed it yet, and that's not true. That's not. This is just honest. This is life. With the disease. I come to the reality that I probably will never be off all the meds. That's scary. And the fact that I don't want to be so tied to those. I want to be able to climb a mountain with my boys again, with my grandkids. I want to be able to have a relationship again. I'm very much an Aquarian. I don't know if you believe in signs, and you don't have to believe in signs. And I used to never really give them much credit either, but I am very much the definition of Aquarian. With relationships, I'm really kind of a person who I can take them or I can leave them. It doesn't faze me. I'm not the type of person who I need a relationship. I like them, but I always tend to get in trouble in them because I'm very aloof about things, and I have a habit of just taking off on adventures of my own and not really thinking. It's not that I'm purposely trying to hurt the person, but I just don't think about it, and I just leave. I come back, but I don't leave notes and stuff like that, so that causes a lot of problems. But anyway, so I was kind of thinking about what I need to do to become stronger in my mind. And I can honestly say these vlogs have helped. I've cried. Let me tell you, I don't cry easily. You wouldn't know it by looking at these things, but I really don't. the last few years, I've very much kept my emotions stuffed in because I couldn't let them out. I couldn't let the boys see me weak. I couldn't let my friends see me weak. I couldn't acknowledge it to myself. So this has allowed me to be raw, be honest, and I've heard from people, my friends from high school that I haven't heard from in forever, and just talking to me about, my fight with myasthenia. I don't know if these videos have done anybody else any good. I hope they have. I hope that, it kind of makes you kind of look at your own life and say, where can I improve? What can I do? I am able to still do these things that she's not able to do. I need to get my butt in gear and start doing them. Yeah. But there are many days in my life that I really, I get tired of the fight. I get tired of the pills. I get tired of wondering what the next diagnosis is going to be, what the next issue is going to be. Because autoimmune diseases like friends. They like their friends. They like to bring on arthritis, and they like to bring on, lupus, and they like to bring on all these other friends on board. And I don't know what my next friend is going to be. It's definitely not a friend that I want. So that was my topic for tonight, was the admission that suicide is a serious thought that goes through our heads. And I'm sure for many others, it's a thought that goes through their head a lot. I'm fortunate it doesn't go through my head as much as it used to. But I definitely still have my days. So anyway, I hope that life doesn't bring you that much troubles and that much depression. And I hope that if you do have those feelings, and they're regular feelings, and they're ones that you really, really struggle with on a regular basis, on your regular days, that you do seek help, whether it's through counseling or your pastor or priest or your best friend or a vlog. Whatever you need to do to get it out. And don't ever think that your problems are small and that nobody cares. Because you're somebody's friend. You're somebody's daughter, son. You're somebody's something. You are. You're somebody. All right. I'm trying to keep these things short because, trust me, I could talk forever. But that was my main thought today. So, love you all.